Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, released today for the Nintendo Switch. My first impressions of the game. I really enjoy this game, but it's not without its flaws. We'll go over this right now. I've played the majority of this game so far in handheld mode. Handheld mode with this so far has had a bad reputation of being a little bit less intuitive or interesting, and I don't know why. I prefer to play anything docked, but as far as playing this handheld, I didn't see any frame rate drops or anything of that such. And I understand that things on the little screen aren't 1080p, so I wasn't too picky about that. I really enjoy the artistic style of this game. It reminds me of Capcom vs. Marvel, or X-Men vs. Street Fighter, those old arcade games. This game takes place in an alternate universe during the Infinity War. You start the game as the Guardians of the Galaxy, and you unlock more characters as you play through the campaign. It does not take long until you have a full force. Playing in teams of 4, you choose who you want on your team. Your team gets certain bonuses depending on who's on your team and what parts of the Marvel Universe they play in. If they're Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well as an Avenger, or maybe they're also an X-Men, etc., etc. You could also swap out your characters during the mission at certain checkpoints. When usually games give me this option, I'll usually find a character I find some interest in, and then I'll play that character all the way throughout the game. But this game, I feel enticed to find new characters and see how they act and play and feel, and I've actually been quite satisfied with it. Every character feels very different from one another. As you play through, your characters will level up, as well as you can upgrade your team by spending credits and ability points on them. A few things that kind of suck about this game. There are these infinity gates, infinity realms, I'm not really sure what they're called when I'm recording this, but when you go through one, it doesn't spit you out back at what the point you came in through it. It'll actually spit you back out at the main menu. This kinda sucks. It's easy to get back to the point at which you had warped, but nonetheless it should just spit you out right where you were. I've always been harshly critical of the camera angles that these beat-em-up style games have. One thing I really enjoy about this game is when you're playing one person per console, you have this third-person camera that can follow you around rather than you having and viewing all 4 characters competing over the same camera. On a level of how fun this is, I'm actually having difficulty filming, recording, and editing this video because I get so sucked into this game. I'm currently playing it right now. This game is definitely for a particular audience. If you're a hardcore RPG fan who's looking for ultimate customization and tech trees, this game's not for you. This game is the way I would describe it is a classic retro beat-em-up style game. It's like a arcade game almost. I would compare this game to the new Doom, in that the new Doom, it was a first-person shooter that didn't do anything truly new or amazing. It just took the funnest aspects of the first-person shooter world and actually utilized them into an entire game. The entire purpose of the game was the mechanics itself, and the mechanics were fun. This game reminds me of like a retro classic 90s arcade game, but made for the year 2019. I really enjoy this piece, and this game is definitely going to have me roaring and flexing at my TV for many days to come.